Hello, everyone, and welcome to BryceBits, where you can get a little bit of wisdom. I'm Bryce Newberger, a pastoral mentor with side-by-side counseling based in Arizona. Let's dive on in. This was a long one, so let's just jump right on into it. Am I the a-hole for sleeping with my ex-husband? Okay, let's get into that. Let me fix this too. Oh, is that my problem? This was off in the last few videos. Here we go. Okay. I, 30 female, married my ex-husband Ryan. All right, using names here. Interesting. 30 male, so both 30. Very young. We were 20 when we got married. Okay. And we were together since 14. So, wow. Okay. So 6 years together. And that's 14. That means you guys went all through high school together. That is big. We divorced 2 years ago because we faced fertility issues and I got depressed and no amount of counseling helped us. I made our lives pretty miserable, so I decided it's time for a divorce. That's interesting. I made our lives pretty miserable, so it's time for divorce. That's an interesting one. This one hits home a little bit with my last marriage. After the divorce, we kept in touch. He was checking in. He was worried about my mental health. Get that. There we go. He was checking in. He was worried about my mental health, but I was doing better. The constant reminder that I'm letting him down, that my body can't give him a child, was gone. Although that was always that was always only in my head because he never made me feel that way. Okay. There's a lot of it when you say no counseling ever helped. There's a lot of self-awareness in some of this, right? This self-talk that he wasn't saying it. You put this on yourself. I think there's a little bit of healing you still need that your body can't give him a child. It's as if your worth is tied up in giving him children, whereas adoption is an option. There's step parenting, or not step parenting. What's it called? When you host foster kids, there's fostering, right? So there's other ways to go about that, right? There's all sorts of, but this is tough. I totally get it. Like, my first wife and I had fertility issues we lost 2 children. We were trying to figure that out. That definitely took a toll on my first marriage. That was really rough. So I have friends who are trying to get pregnant, cannot get pregnant, and that's difficult to walk through. So I know the pain that goes into that. Because he never made me feel that way. All right. My close friend got wind of this and pushed to cut all contact, that it's not healthy, and this way we won't be able to move on. But the thing is, Ryan was also my best friend and I missed him. Okay, so this is why this is bad advice. And this is where, again, pastoral counseling that churches give can be bad advice as well sometimes when it's not done right. People think they know what's right, and so they rob you of your executive functioning. They don't let you make the decision. They make the decision for you. And that is something as I've gotten more into just only doing the like working for a counseling company and not connected to any specific church. That is something that as I've gone through and been studying and reading books and grabbing certifications and all of that, I've realized the harm that I might have done in the past, the harm others have done. When you steal someone's choices from them, you tell them what to do. That's not healthy. Even when people are doing harmful decisions, there's times where you need to step in and say, hey, you're hurting yourself, stop. But you only do that in extreme cases so that they can learn to make the decision better in the future. This close friend does not seems like they probably meant well. But this doesn't seem like it was the right decision for you, right? You're not owning this decision. This decision is being inflicted upon you. And I'll say, you feel bad about your body not being able to provide a child. The divorce definitely seems like it was born out of regret and negative self-talk. So this is there's some work for you to be doing here. This is important data for you to notice, is that why was it so easy for your friend to get you to commit to a decision you didn't want to make? Why did you let your husband go when he didn't have a problem? Like, he didn't have a problem with you, and you really kind of let your negative self-talk sabotage your relationship there. Okay, so on her insistence, I wrote Ryan that we shouldn't keep in touch anymore. He was upset, but he said he understood. Oh, Ryan, my man. Poor Ryan, dude. Poor Ryan. Honestly, reading this, I'm a little bit more worried for Ryan than I am for you. I'm just going to be honest. I'm worried for you too. You've got some work you need to do, but, seems like Ryan's hanging around in there. You guys, so let me read real quick. We're 20, we got married. We divorced 2 years ago. You guys are 30, so you divorced at 28. Oh, man. Okay, so yeah, so you had 8 years together in marriage. Ryan seems like a great guy. I like Ryan. All right. There was no contact between us. Where are we at? There was no contact between us for almost a year. Okay. So this was 27. Interesting. But I run into him in a grocery store. When he spotted me, a huge smile lit up his face and he rushed to me and gave me the biggest bear hug. Wow. Look at Ryan. It felt really great. We chatted for a bit and he asked to get coffee. With him and I agreed. Okay. Like, honestly, I'm liking this. Ryan asked me how I'm doing. Ryan, I'm falling in love with Ryan, honestly. Like, I think I want Ryan for myself. That he was worried about me this whole time, but he respected that I don't want to speak to him, so he didn't reach out. Ryan is killing me. Oh, Ryan. Okay. I told him that I'm doing great, that I really need it. Ryan is like a Hallmark movie protagonist. That's what this is. Like, Ryan's not real. Ryan, do you see Ryan in the room right now? Ryan doesn't seem real. I told him that I'm doing great, that I really needed this time to focus only on myself, that I learned to accept that motherhood is not in the cards for me. He was also attending therapy because he struggled without me. Yeah, I could see that. Definitely, yeah. But also made peace that in order for me to get better, he needed to let me go. Yeah, yep. Been there, Ryan. Been there. Oh, man, Ryan, I want to take Ryan out for a beer. We decided we'll check with our therapists if they think it's a good idea to keep in touch. See, that's, again, don't let your therapists rob you of your executive functioning. Right? I get getting advice though. Okay. My therapist said that if I didn't have any negative feelings while being with Ryan, she doesn't see a reason why we couldn't keep in touch. His therapist said the same thing, but we should be careful and communicate well so we don't lose the progress we both made. Okay. What is the progress? That's my question. What is the progress? Is the progress getting over the divorce? Because I think for Ryan, he needs help getting over this divorce. This would be very traumatic for him. Sounds like a great guy who didn't do anything wrong. And seems like, you initiated this divorce to help yourself and to get yourself out. You thought you were letting him down, but that's not what he wanted. And poor Ryan, man, has been through it. So yeah, I'm worried more about Ryan than I am you. We'll get to more of that. Okay. But we should be careful and communicate well so we don't lose the progress we both made. Yeah. Okay. So, the progress for you is something different. Like, honestly, this is a weird situation where I think this is healthy for you and unhealthy for him. So we're going to talk about that. So we started to hang out occasionally and it was great. It felt good to have him back in my life without any pressure. Okay. Months after hanging out, we were watching a movie at my place. Okay. All right. And he kissed me and I kissed him. We slept together that night. From a pastoral perspective, I don't have any problem with that actually. Because, we'd need to get some more details, but even as a pastor, I'm like, yeah, you guys were both married to each other, not remarried. Before God, you didn't get a divorce for adultery or anything. So potentially even before God, you're still married. When he woke up, we talked what this means and we decided we won't put any pressure on us and just do what feels good. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. But Ryan, if you can hear me, Ryan, be careful, Ryan. Okay. I'll talk about that in a second. So we kept meeting. We talked a lot about everything, our expectations in life. We also talked about reconciliation, but mostly we had fun and enjoyed each other. See, when I do marriage counseling with people, I say that marriage is, will you be my best friend till death do us part? Like a good husband is a good friend. A good wife is a good friend, right? When my wife is on her best behavior, she's a great friend. When I'm on my best behavior, I'm a great friend. And think about what you want from a friend. You want good advice. You want good company. You want good comfort. You want a cool hang, right? All of that is stuff that would be great in a marriage. So I like this. I like this a lot. For Ryan, I don't know. I'm worried for Ryan. I think you're going to hurt Ryan. Okay. And Ryan's not real. Like we said, he's John Krasinski in any movie. Like he's just like an unrealistic human being who probably doesn't exist in real life. So, all right, here we go. How do I can't seem to get that in the right spot. One of our mutual friends saw us holding hands in town, and he told our whole friend group, well, screw that guy. My friend who advised me to cut contact with Ryan came that evening to my place and started yelling at me, screw them, like get rid of them. And I'm running and I'm ruining Ryan's life. Okay, hold on. Just when I think that you've lost all hope, you come in and totally redeem yourself. Yeah, I'm worried about Ryan too. This way, he will never move on. Yeah, I'll talk about that. Wow, this friend might have just earned some redemption in my book. She asked if I'm sleeping with him. That's TMI. When I replied, yeah, well, you're putting it on the internet, so there it is. When I replied, yes, she told me to leave him alone and stop being a selfish bee. That's a tough one. Yeah, I tried to reason with her, but she just told me to shut up and left. She's aggressive. She's really aggressive. She's not interested in helping you. Yeah. She's not interested in helping you. She's not being a good friend to you. She's being a great friend to Ryan to a degree. Nah, I gotta be fair. She's not being a great friend to Ryan. She is, when I say great friend, I mean like she's making it, she's worried about Ryan. She's making it about Ryan, but she's also overstepping her boundaries and potentially sabotaging Ryan's thing. It's not for her. She should be talking to Ryan. She sounds more like she's Ryan's friend than your friend. And she should be talking to Ryan and getting his heart on this thing, checking on him. Anyways, we'll talk more about that. So I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong. You are doing something potentially wrong. We'll talk about that. If she is right, and it would be the best if I let Ryan move on with someone else. Okay. It's complex. It's very complex. Let's read the updates. Okay. Let's just read the updates so we get the whole story. Okay. Because there's an update. As many of you asked why I divorced Ryan, I thought I will give you an explanation. We struggled with fertility for 5 years. After 2 rounds of failed IVF, we checked our options to adopt. Okay, that's good. We had a mortgage, student loans, and loans which we took out for the IVF, so we were not good candidates for an adoption. Well, if you have debt, divorce is not a great thing to do either. Even just an amicable divorce is expensive. Every month when I got my period, I had a mental breakdown. Okay. And Ryan suffered because he didn't know how to help me. Okay, all right. We went to couples therapy for 2 years, but didn't help. Yeah, I could see why. You, OP, should go to therapy for yourself. And he should have gone to therapy for himself. And then you guys should have gone to therapy for a couple. You both needed separate therapy, and then you needed a couples therapist. And if you read The Gift of Therapy by Irvin Yalom, he would say you need 3 different therapists involved there. You shouldn't have one therapist for all 3. I think it was The Gift of Therapy, Irvin Yalom, that said that. Where was I? You didn't know how to help. We couples therapy for 2 years. I was obsessive with my behavior, and Ryan was afraid to touch me anymore because any intimacy meant hope. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, this is all common. All the joy from our lives was gone, and I decided to end our misery. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's the problem. You ended your misery, is what you were trying to do. You made a decision to end your misery. Doesn't sound like Ryan had a say in that. We loved each other still, but when your mind is against you, sometimes you need to do something drastic to get better. No, I don't encourage that mindset. because that can lead to radical maladaptive behaviors. Like you don't do that. This is gonna be a long one. Now we are both happy again and enjoying life without any pressure. As we both concentrated on our careers in the last 2 years, we are also financially much better. So maybe one day we'll have a chance to adopt, but if not, I'll be happy anyway with only Ryan by my side. Okay. Then marry him. Like I don't understand. As for my friend, I sent her a message that I'm willing to give her a chance to explain herself, but if she's not interested, I will be cutting her out of my life. So far, she didn't reply. She's probably gone. Okay. Let me process this. I need to breathe because this really rhymes with my divorce of my first marriage. We had issues. We had fertility issues. Then we got a child. Finally, our third wonderful son, but he had type 1 diabetes, born with it, like 1 year old diagnosed. COVID hit. My wife's brother died. Like it was ugly. There was grief. There was pain. And she had some of this terminology. Like my ex-wife was like, I'm hurting you. Like, let me set you free. And I was just like, I could take it. So I've been where I feel Ryan's been, where I wanted to have the strength to continually receive abuse from my ex-wife because I wanted to be the kind of man who could suffer that abuse, could be that kind of masculine, big, strong man and stay in the relationship. So she could process what she was processing and come back. But she had gone through multiple boyfriends, multiple toxic, horrible relationships. Her mental health continued to spiral. She wasn't really taking care of herself. And I'll be honest, I wasn't doing great either on some of my stuff. So when I started to find health, like part of me still kind of looks back and regrets. I love my new wife. She's awesome. She's amazing. But like step parenting is difficult and split families is hard. And I wish my kids had one home and not two. They don't want 2 Christmases, right? But when I finally let my ex-wife go, I was able to focus on my health and what I needed. And really the final cost for me was my kids. Now, Ryan's not in that situation. He's single. I think if I didn't have kids, if I didn't have 3 boys, I could have held out a little longer, which sounds weird. It sounds weird to say it that way. But the reality is, my kids needed a mom. Like, I am a great dad. I'm not a great mom. So I needed help. And so I found a partner who really wanted a husband. She was tired of having her chain yanked for, years by men out there who weren't taking her serious, weren't taking life serious. And she said on the first date, like, I'm looking for someone serious. And I was like, let me call your bluff, and she's wonderful. She's amazing. She's more higher educated than me because she was single for her whole life and got to focus on her education. Whereas I was like grinding with, a young wife and kids. We have our issues. There's things there, right, where I have a lot of life experience that she doesn't have, and she's got life experiences that I don't have, and we complete each other. We make each other better. But I needed to move on because I needed help parenting my kids. I needed, I'm designed not to be alone. I'm more programmed to just be with a friend who can help me and take care of me, and I can help them and take care of them. And so I just operate better that way. I parent better that way. And so anyways, my concern is for Ryan because you are being very selfish. This is a long one. I don't mean to go this long, but this was a long post. We're not really going to get into the comments either, but I'm worried about Ryan because you haven't committed to him. So Ryan's being a trooper. He's bearing in. But if I could give Ryan advice, I might sound more like your friend. Not nearly as harsh, not nearly as toxic, not nearly as overbearing and controlling. But I would be checking on Ryan, right? And I'm glad he's in therapy. And I would be wondering. You ended your post by saying, now we're both happy again and enjoying life without any pressure. Okay, the pressure only ever came from you. So as we both concentrate on our careers in the last 2 years, we're also financially much better. Okay, so maybe one day we'll have a chance to adopt. Okay, are you married? Like, that's my question. It doesn't seem like you're remarried. If not, I will be happy with only Ryan by my side. And I'm not saying you need to have a whole wedding again and all that, but are you guys together or are you not together? Like, Ryan needs to know, right? Ryan needs a commitment. Ryan needs to know that you're here for him, right? Because Ryan needs support. And so I won't say what Ryan needs. Ryan knows what Ryan needs, right? Ryan might feel that he needs to be loyal to you, and I respect that. I respect the heck out of that. So go Ryan. Ryan's a great guy. I say in this whole situation, I'm really happy for you two. Stay in therapy, keep working together. I worry about Ryan. Ryan, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, bro. Like if Op is not committing to you and not going to pull the trigger on you, then I just want to guard your heart, buddy. Like, I just don't want you to get hurt all over again. I don't know Ryan's conditions, but if he struggles with like SI, look it up, or something like that, then I just want to make sure that he's okay. Like, I want to make sure he's not exposed to that again. I'll be honest, like my life, I have been exposed to SI. I've dealt with it most of my life from young childhood. And so like, my divorce almost killed me, right? And so when my ex-wife would come around and she had a bad breakup and she started, giving me hope that we could be a family again, and then would rip that hope away because it was just feeding her. She needed something and she knew where to get it, right? This guy was constantly like not showing up for dates and not treating her well. And when she needed to feel good, she knew the bank that she could withdraw from was me, and I had to stop being that for her. So Ryan, I want to caution you, man. Like, and anyone out there who's in a situation with an ex-lover, ex-wife, whatever, if they're not committing to you and you're the bank that they can withdraw from without making any commitments, you're a free loan of that, then I just would say you probably deserve better. If that sounds interesting to you, if it sounds like this kind of situation is what you're going through, or you have a history of this, or you need to process this, then you can schedule a session with me at sidebysideaz.com, sidebysideaz.com. You can schedule a free 15-minute consultation with me. We can just chit chat for 15 minutes. I'm not a stickler on the time too, so if we go over, it's fine. We can make sure we're a good fit. And if we are, we can do some work together. Or maybe I could refer you to someone better or more certified. Either way, guys, that's been this one. This one was a heavy one, but I will see you guys on the next one. You have a good one. Bye.